Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a reading from the new Sri Krishna Caitanya Book by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on June 30th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Chalam Angurangayate Gurim Yatkitataman Vande Sri Gurum Nidatadinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Isram Hare Om Sat Sat. I will continue reading about the special drama at the house of Chandrasekhar.
So we will continue reading about the special drama at the house of Chandrasekhara.
I want to remind all the devotees to please pray for His Holiness Bhakti True Swami.
We want to remind all the devotees to please pray for His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami.
At the end of the class, I'll speak something.
At the end of the class, I would speak something.
This is about the actors and qualification.
So this is about the actors and the qualification to see the drama.
Chaitanya Bhagavat. Bhakta Goshti Shohid Gauranga Jai Jai Shunile Chaitanya Katha Bhakti Labbo Hai.
All glories to Lord Gauranga with His association of devotees.
All glories to Lord Gauranga with his association of devotees.
By hearing the topics of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
By hearing the topics of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
one attains devotional service.
one attains devotional service.
Actually, we heard that the Lord, He can give blessings or material benefits
Actually, we heard the Lord, He can give blessings or material benefits
or the liberation into the impersonal Brahman
or liberation into the impersonal Brahman
very easily.
very easily.
But the perfection of life is to achieve devotional service.
But the perfection of life is to achieve devotional service.
Bhakti,
Bhakti,
as it's known in Sanskrit.
as it is known in Sanskrit.
So, actually, by having bhakti or devotional service,
Actually, by having bhakti or devotional service,
one actually causes the Lord to reciprocate
one actually causes the Lord to reciprocate
because He promises that He will reciprocate with anyone who approaches Him.
because He promises that He would reciprocate with anyone who approaches Him.
If you approach Him in pure devotional service,
If you approach Him in pure devotional service,
and He reciprocates.
then He reciprocates.
And that makes Him somewhat, you can say, He's implicated.
That makes one somewhat easily implicated.
No, He is implicated.
He is implicated.
He's compromised.
He compromised.
Because you're approaching Him out of love and devotion,
Because you are approaching Him out of love and devotion,
and naturally He reciprocates.
and naturally He reciprocates.
That's why He accepted Sridhar Thakur as His father.
That's why He had accepted Srivas Thakur as His father.
Because Sridhar had shown such dedication, such devotion for him.
Because Srivas had shown such dedication, such love for him.
So this achievement of bhakti is the greatest achievement.
This achievement of bhakti is the greatest achievement.
And by hearing these topics of Lord Chaitanya,
And by hearing these topics of Lord Chaitanya,
who is coming on this world to teach what is the principle of pure devotional service.
we are telling on this world to teach what is the principle of devotional service.
So, by hearing these topics, naturally one is blessed.
By hearing these topics, naturally one is blessed.
By achieving devotional service with the Lord.
By achieving devotional service to the Lord.
প্রভুর নবদ্বীপ লীলায় সংকীর্তন রস আস্বাদন। হেনমতে নবদ্বীপে বিশ্বম্ভর রায় সংকীর্তন রস প্রভু করয়ে সদায়।
Lord Vishwambar Mahaprabhu,
Lord Vishwambar Mahaprabhu,
while living in Navadvip,
while living in Navadvip,
he was constantly absorbed in the mellows of Sankirtan.
he was constantly absorbed in the mellows of Sankirtan.
অধ্যায়ের সূত্র মধ্যখণ্ড কথা ভাই শুনো এক মনে লক্ষ্মী কাছে প্রভু নিত্য করিলা যেমনে।
So one should listen to the topics
So one should listen to the topics
of the Madhyakanda,
of the Madhya Kanda,
my dear brothers,
my dear brothers,
and hear how the Lord, the description of how the Lord
hear the description how the Lord
danced in the dress of Lakshmi Devi.
in the dress of Lakshmi Devi. The phrase Lakshmi Kache means to act in the dress of Lakshmi.
প্রভুর দৃশ্য কাব্যের বিধানে নৃত্য ইচ্ছা ও কাব্য সজ্জার্থ আদেশ। একদিন প্রভু বলিলেন সভাস্থানে আজি নৃত্য করিবা অঙ্কের বিধানে।
One day, Lord Gauranga informed everyone
One day, Lord Gauranga informed everyone
that today we will perform a drama.
Today we will perform a drama
According to the prescribed rules of drama.
according to the prescribed rules of the drama.
The traditional Sanskrit dramas follow specific rules and regulations.
So the Sanskrit dramas follow certain rules and regulations.
One type of drama has acts for each part of the play.
One type of drama has
Acts or scenes
acts or scenes
for each part of theatrical performance.
for each part of theatrical performance.
In Sanskrit, they're known as ankas.
In Sanskrit, it is known as ankas.
So, the system of performing drama
So the system of performing the drama
is very regulated.
is very regulated.
Who is a hero? How should present the correct mellow?
Who is the hero? How should they present the correct mellow?
Dialogues are very concise and easy to understand.
The dialogues are very concise and easy to understand.
Every scene like should have some connection with the main topic.
So every scene should have a natural theme or main topic.
But if a particular scene basically is irrelevant to the main topic,
If a particular theme is basically irrelevant to the main topic of the drama,
then such irrelevant topics should be kept in one scene.
then such irrelevant topics should be kept in one scene.
And by irrelevant means not more like background subjects rather than the principal topic.
Irrelevant means basically like background subject, not the main topics.
So main themes are gradually developed over many scenes.
The main theme is gradually developed over many scenes.
Things build up and then the actual
So things build up and then the actual
conclusion is presented in the final act.
and the actual conclusion is presented in the final act.
Gradually different events transpire in the different acts.
So gradually different effects transpire into different acts.
So there's more dialogue than poetry.
More dialogues and poetry than poetry.
No act, no scene should have any principle which impedes in the hero's performance of religious rituals.
So the scene should have impedes that the hero's execution of the religious rituals.
Prolonged event should be extended over several scenes.
The prolonged event should be expanded over several scenes
In a serialized form.
in a serialized form.
If the hero is present in each scene,
If
there should be some topic which is related to him.
So if the hero is present in each scene, there should be some topics related to him.
Each scene has 3 or 4 actors.
Each scene has 3 or 4 actors.
In one scene there should be not too many activities.
In one scene, there should not be that too many activities.
Killing, fighting, revolution, marriage, feasting, cursing.
Killing, fighting, revolution, marriage, feasting, cursing,
Offering garlands, death,
offering garlands, death,
playing chess,
praying chess,
biting lips and lust,
biting lips in lust,
or touching breast or other embarrassing acts,
touching breast or other embarrassing acts,
sleeping, drinking,
sleeping, drinking,
so many things.
so many things.
But what can be in an act or a scene? What can be not in a scene?
What can be in the scene, what cannot be in the scene,
How short, how long a scene should be?
how short, how long the scene should be,
Characteristics of kings, queens,
the characteristics of kings, queens,
ministers,
ministers,
merchants
merchants
should be clearly defined
should be clearly defined
and should cause the appropriate emotions to rise.
cause the appropriate emotions to rise.
So, there's so many rules and regulations to drama.
So there are so many rules and regulations for the drama.
And if there's a fight scene, only the people who are fighting should be on the stage.
If there are fight scenes, only those people who are in the scene should be on the stage.
So, the modern theory of materialists is that
The modern theory of the materialist is that
the Indians and the Sanskrit language simply came out from the animals.
the Indian or Sanskrit language simply came out from the animals.
And the Europeans are the Aryans.
The Europeans are the Aryans.
But we can see that even a simple thing like a Sanskrit drama has so many rules and regulations.
But we can see that even a simple thing like a Sanskrit drama has so many rules and regulation.
It's obviously not something came from the animals.
It obviously not something came from the animals.
This kind of false propaganda is completely ridiculous.
This kind of a false propaganda is completely ridiculous.
The Sanskrit language is called Devanagari
The Sanskrit language is called as Devanagari
because it came from the higher planets.
because it came from the higher planets.
Actually, this language and this culture is divine in nature.
Actually, the language and the culture is divine in nature.
And to that speculations to the contrary
But and the different speculation on the contrary
have no basis.
have no basis.
সদাশি বুদ্ধিমন্ত খানেরে ডাকিয়া বলিলেন প্রভু কাজ সহ্য করো গিয়া।
So, Lord Gauranga called Sadashiva and Buddhimantakan.
So Lord Gauranga called Sadasiva and Buddhimanta Khan,
And the Lord told them,
and the Lord told them,
arrange for some dramatic costumes.
arrange for some dramatic costumes.
So we, when we visit in the Navadip Parikrama
We are listen in the Navadip Parikrama
in the Golden Deep,
in the Godrum Dweep
next to the Amgata,
next to the Amgatha.
there's a holy place
There is a holy place
called Suvarna Vihar.
called Suvarna Vihar.
And there, the king Suvarna Sena,
There the king Suvarna Sena,
by chanting the name of Gauranga,
by chanting the names of Gauranga,
he had the darshan of the Lord.
he had the darshan of the Lord.
And the Lord told him that he would appear as Buddhimantakan
The Lord told him that he would appear as Buddhimanta Khan
in his pastimes.
and in his pastimes.
And one of the services that Buddhimantakan had.
The various services. Here is one of the services that Buddhimanta Khan had.
He was a rich tax collector
He was a rich tax collector
in the Navadip town,
in the Navadvip town,
city.
in the Navadip city.
And he arranged for the Lord's marriage.
And he arranged for the Lord's marriage.
And here we see that the Lord wanted to do a drama.
And here we see that the Lord wants to do a drama.
Sadashiva and Buddhimantakan were asked to arrange all the costumes.
Sadasiva and Buddhimanta Khan were asked to arrange all the costumes.
Here are some of the details.
There are some of details.
শঙ্খ কাচলি পাটশাড়ি অলঙ্কার যজ্ঞ যজ্ঞ করি সহ্য করো সবাকার।
Collect conscious,
Collect conscious,
ordinary bodhisattva. Kacholi, what's kacholi? Lady garments,
ladies' garments,
bodhisas,
bodices,
silk saris,
silk saris,
ornaments,
ornaments,
that are suitable for all the participants.
that are suitable for all the participants.
অভিনয় কারিগণের নির্দেশ গদাধর কাচিবেন রুক্মিণীর কাজ ব্রহ্মানন্দ তার বুড়ি সুখী সুপ্রভাত
Gadadhar Prabhu will dress up as Rukmini,
Gadadhar Prabhu will dress up as Rukmini,
and Brahmananda will dress up as her elderly female assistant.
and Brahmananda will dress up as her elderly female assistant
Her companion,
or companion
by the name of Suprabhat.
with the name of Suprabha. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. Maitri said, "Tell me, who will take what role?" Prema Bhakti replied, "Daughter, listen. Thinking that Advaita is non-different from Rudra and Krishna, he who is Advaita is Rudra and he who is Krishna is Rudra, and accepting Radha's role is not possible for other person, and that it is most confidential to take up. The Lord personally took the role of Radha and gave to Advaita the role of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is well known in the world, but the truth is, the Lord divided himself in two for the two roles, since he became Radha and also entered the body of Advaita, who played the role of Krishna."
Well, this is a very confidential
So this is a very confidential matter
because Radha and Krishna combined in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
because Radha and Krishna combined in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
On this drama, Lord Chaitanya divided himself back into two.
In this drama, Lord Chaitanya divided himself into two,
And he took the role of Radha
and he took the role of Radha
with one hand,
in one hand,
and one half,
in one half,
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 not hand.
half.
And the other half, he entered the body of Advaita and played part of Krishna.
In other half, he entered the body of Advaita and played the part of Krishna. Advaita attained success merely by accepting the role of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Lord Hari himself appeared in him. Haridasa will be the director, Mukunda will be the stage assistant, and Vasudeva Acharya will make arrangements behind the scenes.
So here the Prema Bhakti is explaining who will play what part.
So here the Prema Bhakti is explaining who will play what part
And who will be the director, stage manager, etc.
and who will be the director, stage manager, etc.
And this way a drama is introduced for the players by the preluding act.
In this way, the drama is introduced who are the players by revealing the act. Goddess Yogamaya, the old lady who arranges the meeting of Sri Radha and Krishna, will take shelter of Nityananda's body.
And this is explaining how Lord Nityananda
This explains how Lord Nityananda
will take a role as the old lady,
will take the role as an old lady,
and that Goddess Yogamaya will enter into his body.
and that Goddess Yogamaya will enter into his body
and he will arrange the meeting of Radha and Krishna.
and he will arrange the meeting of Radha and Krishna.
নিত্যানন্দ হইবেন বরাই আমার, কত আল হরিদাস জাগাইতে ভার।
Lord Gauranga explains
So Lord Gauranga explains
that Lord Nityananda will be my grandmother.
that Lord Nityananda will be my grandmother,
Haridas Thakur will be a guard,
and Haridas Thakur will be a guard
who will keep everybody awake,
who will keep everybody
alert.
who will keep everybody alert. The word Badhai refers to an elderly grandmother, the elderly lady of Vrindavana, the Purnamasi. She is none other than Yoga Maya, the instrument for Radha and Krishna's meetings.
শ্রীবাস নারদ কাঁ সনাতক শ্রীরাম, দেউটিয়া আজি মুই বলয়ে শ্রীমান।
Lord Gauranga is explaining who will take what role.
Lord Gauranga is explaining who will take what role.
Sridhas will play Narad,
Srivas will pray Narad,
and Sri Ram will dress as a brahmachari.
and Sri Rama will be dressed as a brahmachari
Completed his study and returning home to get married.
who has completed his study and returning home to get married.
Sriman, the other brother of Sridhas,
Sriman, the other brother of Srivas,
he said, today I will be a bearer of the torch.
and I will be today the bearer of the torch. The word Dutiya refers to one who holds a torch, and the word Snataka refers to a Brahmana who is sprinkled water on his head when the student's studies are complete with the spiritual master, and if he plans to return home and take up household life, who undergoes the samskara called Samavartana and take up wearing 2 sets of sacred threads.
A young brahmachari is given the Upanayanam, where he wears 3 strands of sacred thread.
The young brahmachari is given Upanayanam with 3 strands of the sacred thread.
And when he is a grihastha, then he wears 1 strand extra for his wife.
Many grahasthas will wear one. When he becomes grahastha, he wears 1 extra strand for his wife.
A strand of 3.
A strand of 3.
That means he has 6.
That means there are 6.
When one is a sannyasi, he gets 9.
When one is a sannyasi, he gets 9.
অদ্বৈত বলয়ে কে করিবে পাত্র কাজ, প্রভু বলে পাত্র সিংহাসনে গোপীনাথ।
Advaita asked,
So Advaita asked,
who will dress up as the hero?
who will dress up as the hero?
Lord Gauranga said,
Lord Gauranga replied,
the hero will be Gopinath,
the hero will be Gopinath,
who is sitting on the throne.
who is sitting on the throne.
সদাশি বুদ্ধিমন্তকে কাজ সজ্জা অর্থ প্রভুর পুনরা আদেশ ও তাহাদের সজ্জা আনিয়া প্রভুস্থানে অর্পণ। সত্তর চলহ বুদ্ধিমন্ত খান তুমি, কাজ সহ্য কর গিয়া নাচিবা আমি।
Buddhimanta Khan, go quickly
Buddhimanta Khan, go quickly
and arrange the costumes
and arrange the costumes
so that I may dance
so that I may dance
in the drama.
in the drama. The word kacha means dress, decorations, or actors' costumes. The word sajja means prepare or arrange.
আজ্ঞা শিরে করি সদাশি বুদ্ধিমন্ত গৃহে চলিলেন আনন্দের নাহি অন্ত।
Taking the order of the Lord on their head,
Taking the order of the Lord on their heads,
so that Sita and Buddhimanta Khan
Sadasiva and Buddhimanta Khan
quickly went home.
quickly went home.
Their ecstasy knew no limits.
Their ecstasy will know no limits.
সেইখানে কাথিয়ার চান্দোয়া টানিয়া কাজ সহ্য করিলেন সুন্দর করিয়া।
So they immediately prepared a special Khatiyar canopy.
They immediately prepared a special Katiyara canopy
And prepared many beautiful, attractive costumes.
and prepared many beautiful, attractive costumes. The phrase Katiyar Chandoya refers to a canopy made in Katihar, Bihar.
লইয়া যতেক কাজ বুদ্ধিমন্ত খান থুইলেন লইয়া ঠাকুরের বিদ্যমান।
After Buddhimanta Khan had collected all the costumes,
After Buddhimanta Khan has collected all the costumes,
he brought them before the Lord.
he brought them before the Lord.
So this service was so much appreciated by Buddhimanta Khan.
This service was so much appreciated by Buddhimanta Khan.
It says he had no limit to his ecstasy.
It said that there was no limit for his ecstasy.
So actually serving the Lord in devotional service is the highest ecstasy.
Actually, serving the Lord in devotional service is the highest ecstasy.
And Buddhimanta Khan was experiencing that ecstasy.
And Buddhimanta Khan was experiencing that ecstasy.
And His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, had given this great opportunity to engage in devotional service.
His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, has given us this great opportunity to engage in devotional service
all over the world.
all over the world.
অভিনয়ের শয্যা দর্শনে প্রভুর প্রীতি এবং বৈষ্ণবগণের প্রতি উক্তি। দেখিয়া হইলা প্রভু সন্তোষিত মন সকল বৈষ্ণব প্রতি বলিলা বচন।
Lord Gauranga, seeing all the costumes,
Lord Gauranga, seeing all the costumes,
all the arrangements,
all the arrangements,
he was very satisfied in his heart.
he was very satisfied in his heart.
So then he began to speak to all the Vaishnavas
Then he began to speak to all the Vaishnavas
as
as follows. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 3.28. Maitri said, "Who will be the audience?" Prema Bhakti replied, "In this regard, Lord Himself has already said who is qualified." He said,
প্রভুর নিজ অভিনয়ের নির্দেশ ও তদ্দর্শনে অধিকারী নির্ণয়। প্রকৃতা স্বরূপা নৃত্য হইবে আমার দেখিতে যে জিতেন্দ্রিয় তার অধিকার।
I will dance in the form of a woman.
I will dance in the form of a woman.
Only one who is sense-controlled, self-controlled,
Only one who is self-controlled
is qualified to watch.
is qualified to watch.
সেই সে যাইব আজি বাড়ির ভিতরে, যেই জন ইন্দ্রিয় ধরিতে শক্তি ধরে।
And therefore, today, only those who go inside the house,
So today only those who go inside the house,
who have the power to control their senses.
who have the power to control their senses. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. The Lord told, "Oh hey, Srivasa, please arrange that only qualified persons and not others enter." Srivasa said, when the words were only half finished, Srivasa said, "Lord, what action will determine who is qualified and unqualified to enter, and what place they will be made to enter?" Again the Lord said, Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak. The Lord said, "Due to affection, Sri Radha will certainly personally appear in the courtyard of Acharya Ratna's house." Maitri replied, said, Then Prema Bhakti replied, "Then although there were some doubt in his mind in carrying out the Lord's order accurately, Srivasa made the greatly trustworthy Brahmana devotee Ganga Dasa the doorkeeper."
So Lord Chaitanya had given his orders to Srivas.
So Lord Chaitanya had given his orders to Srivas,
And only the persons who are self-controlled
only those persons who are self-controlled
should enter.
should enter.
And then Srivas entrusted the duty of being the doorkeeper and only allowing the self-controlled devotees to enter.
And Srivas giving,
He assigned Ganga Das
he assigned Ganga Das
as the doorkeeper
as the doorkeeper,
with the responsibility of only allowing qualified people in.
the responsibility only allowing qualified people to enter in.
So we'll continue this description tomorrow.
So we'll continue this description tomorrow.
So I just wanted to mention
So I just wanted to mention
that tomorrow is the Sign Ekadasi, or also known as the Padma Ekadasi.
So tomorrow is the Sayana Ekadasi, also known as the Padma Ekadasi.
And you can read the description in the internet there.
If you read the descriptions on the internet there,
Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Lord Krishna,
Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Lord Krishna,
what is the significance of this Ekadasi?
"What is the significance of this Ekadasi?"
Krishna explained that this Ekadasi fulfills all desires.
Krishna explained that this Ekadasi fulfills all the desires,
Delivers one from all sinful reactions.
delivers one from all sinful
And
reaction.
one can go to the spiritual world.
One can go to the spiritual world.
And he said that this was told by Lord Brahma to his disciple and son, Narada Muni.
So he told that this was told by Lord Brahma to his disciple's son, Narada Muni.
In the Satyuga, there was a great king
that in the Satya Yuga there was a great king
called Mandaka,
called Mandaka,
and that he cared for his subjects like his own children,
he cared for his subjects like his own children,
and he was ruling very carefully, following all the religious principles,
he was ruling very carefully, following all the religious principles.
and therefore there was no pestilence, no disturbance. People were all rich.
Therefore, there was no pestilence, no disturbance. People all were very rich
In his kingdom.
in his kingdom.
But somehow, for 3 years, there was a famine.
But somehow, for 3 years, there was a famine.
No rain.
No rain.
So the citizens approached him and said, please do something to solve this.
And the citizens approached him and said, please do something to solve this.
We can imagine now going to the government and saying, please solve this problem.
We can imagine now the government is saying, please do something to solve this.
We cannot imagine that we go to the government
We cannot imagine that we go to the government and do something to solve this.
But in those days, because everyone was so God conscious,
But in those days, because everyone was so God conscious,
and normally there would be an ideal situation in the world.
but normally there will be an ideal situation in the world.
So the king said, well, I'm thinking about this. Why is this happened?
The king said, I was thinking about this. Why is this happened?
So I'll find out and do what can be done.
I will find out and do what is need to be done.
So he took his soldiers and went into the forest.
And he took the soldiers and went into the forest.
And then he was looking for some rishi or someone who could tell him what to do.
Then he was looking for some rishi who will tell what to do.
And there he met Angira Muni,
And there he met Angira Muni,
who was effulgent,
who was effulgent,
and from a distance he paid his obeisances.
and from distant he paid his obeisances
He begged for blessing.
and begged for blessings.
And then Angira Muni asked him, what do you want?
And Angira Muni asked him, what do you want?
And I explained the problem that we're having no rain, having a drought in our kingdom,
And he explained the problem that we having no rain and drought in our kingdom.
and then I don't know what the cause is, what the solution is.
And I don't know what the cause is and what the solution is.
And then Angira said, well, in your kingdom there's a Sudra
Angira said then, well, in your kingdom there is a Shudra
who's doing the activities of a Brahmin.
who's doing the activities of a Brahmin.
He's fasting and doing austerities and penances.
He is fasting, doing austerities and penances.
So if you kill him, then your kingdom will restart.
And if you kill him, your kingdom will be
Restored.
restored.
But the king said, how can I kill an innocent person
Then the king said, how can I kill an innocent person
who's doing austerities?
who's doing austerities?
Give me some spiritual solution.
Give me some spiritual solution.
And then so Angira told him, all right, the coming Ekadasi, if you observe that fully, stay out the whole night.
If Angira told him, the coming Ekadasi, if you observe fully, staying up all night,
Have you, your ministers, your whole citizens,
your ministers, your whole citizens,
observe this Ekadasi,
appeal them to observe this Ekadasi.
and then everything will be restored.
Then it will be restored.
So he called all the citizens all the subjects,
Then he called all the citizens, all the subjects,
Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras,
Brahmanas, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, Shudras,
and told them that they should all observe the Ekadasi.
and told them that they should all observe the Ekadasi.
And after the observing Ekadasi, rains came,
And after observing the Ekadasi, rain came,
people became happy again,
people became happy,
and
and
they could go back to God at the end of life.
go back to the Godhead at the end of their life.
I was thinking that, said by hearing this,
I was thinking that since by hearing this,
I get freed from unlimited sins.
we'll get freed from unlimited sins.
So I wanted to tell this.
So I want to tell this.
But also, if anyone wants to observe this Ekadasi and give the fruit
Also, anyone wants to observe this Ekadasi and give the fruit
to His Holiness Bhakti True Swami,
to His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami,
and may help him overcome these tests.
and may help him to
Overcome these tests.
overcome this test.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And tomorrow we'll also be observing the digital Rath Yatra Ultarat.
And tomorrow also, we will be also observing the digital Rath Yatra, the Ulta Rath.
If you have not yet registered or talked to the organizers,
If you not have registered or talked to the organizers,
please do it quick.
please do it quick.
And this time we're giving out, if some temple wants an entire Rath,
This time we are giving out, if some temple wants the entire Rath,
500 people
500 people
or more,
or more,
then we can give them a Rath
then we'll give them a Rath
or two,
or two
whatever.
or whatever.
One Rath has a maximum of 500 people.
One Rath will have a maximum of 500 people.
This is a special Rath Yatra because not only the Ulta Rath is returning Jagannath to Dwarka,
This is a special Rath because normally the Ulta Rath in Jagannath Puri return to Dwaraka.
but we are started in Navadip Dham, which is not different from Vrindavan,
But we had started in Navadip Dham, which is non-different from Vrindavan,
and we're entering back to Navadip Dham,
and we are entering back to Navadip Dham,
which is not different from Vrindavan.
which is non-different from Vrindavan.
So we start in Vrindavan and we're ending in Vrindavan.
So we have started in Vrindavan and we are ending in Vrindavan.
Now, if you want to help bring Lord Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra, Sudarshan Chakra back to the Vrindavan Dham,
If you want to bring Lord Jagannath Baldev Subhadra back to Vrindavan Dham,
you can participate in this return Rath.
and you can participate in this return Rath.
We already heard many people have booked from China, Russia,
We have already heard many people had already booked from China, Russia,
many places,
many places,
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
So, thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.